I
And I
know.
was like, oh no.
That
And
was
then you
funny.
said something about my good sideline reporter,
Yeah.
but then you were like, "Oh, thanks to Toronto." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, okay,
Yeah.
but I was thinking like, who else? What was I supposed to say? Like,
Yeah.
You should have
I
said thanks
couldn't.
to my girlfriend Sophia Minner for bringing me an
Oh,
on-game,
okay, now you're done.
on-air
You're just
snack.
done. You're done.
All right.
Jake, you know what's bad? All these upsets so far make
Yeah.
like a Lakers Blazers series like scary.
I
Like
know.
could be bad.
Those lower seeds could be rough. All right. Our last game of the night will be the two-seeded Clippers versus the seven-seeded Dallas Mavericks as we head over to the Staples Center in LA. We have our continued broadcast so far. We have Big Game play-by-play, our Hayes, our sideline reporter, and me, Big Jake. Brody, what do we think the keys are for the Clippers to really stand out in this one as they're predicted conference finals, maybe even finals winner?
You got two of the top 10 players in the league here, in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and it's going to be important for those guys to make their shots. Paul George driving to the hoop and shooting threes, and Kawhi Leonard shooting threes, and his mid-range shot, his turnaround mid-range shot. Those guys are cooking. And one of my favorite players off the bench, Sweet Lou Will. I think he needs to average more than 5 points a game in this series. And I think it's possible he can do it, but he worries me because he goes on these cold stretches. For Dallas, you got probably the next superstar in Luka Doncic, and I think him and Porzingis have meshed so far. Porzingis has not taken away from Luka, and Luka has done nothing but make Porzingis better. I mean, Porzingis obviously isn't putting up his point number like he did in his Knicks days, but that's because he has a lot more help than he did with the Knicks. And off the bench for Dallas, I mean, they're just you got Tim Hardaway Jr. and Seth Curry starting. I mean, those are talk about snipers from downtown. They can match up with the Clippers well. Bench wise, I mean, if Dallas's bench can just end up going even with the Clippers, I think they're in great shape because they're going to always win an even shaped match. You know, they're going to win some games. They're not going to win them all, but it's better than that than to get blown out on one of those ends and then you're in trouble.
Great points there, Big Game. As we start off with with the tip between Dwight Powell and Zubac. Here we go. Now, as you were talking about the bench being the key here, the Clippers have really tried to build that great bench. Oh, quick foul.
Porzingis.
The Clippers really tried to build off that great bench last year that actually got the Warriors to 6 games in the first round, which was impressive in itself. And now the Mavs will have to try and compete with that. Many of our
Well, you know,
viewers,
in the Clippers got a lot of their bench in that trade when they sent Chris Paul to the Rockets. You look at most of Pat Bev is from there. Uh, um, Montrezl Harrell, their big scorer off the bench, their big man off the bench. I mean, those guys are turning into quality players. Montrezl Harrell might be a max player. A deep three there by Curry is
yeah,
no good.
easily you could see a
All jumps the
team
board.
from the East going looking at him in the next when his free agency comes up. Kawhi
Oh,
with a
Kawhi
key
Leonard,
mid range.
wide open
Wow,
three.
that is a rare miss
Oh,
on
but
a
an
wide
offensive
open
board
mid
by
range.
Zubac. Pat Bev trying to go one-on-one here. Questionable. He gets stripped. Zubac, though, comes up with it. Puts up a shot off, though.
Now, some of our viewers actually chose an unexpected upset here and had the Mavericks winning in either 4 games or 5 games. That was surprising to us. Do you think they have any shot in this series?
Oh, I think so far from what we've
No.
seen tonight, as well as this game, I think that this is one of those series that is a lot closer to 50-50 than people think. I think there's plenty of series here that can go to 7. I think the Pacers Heat can go to 7. Celtics Sixers. You can see the Raptors in Brooklyn going there now, especially after Kyrie. and how DeAndre Jordan played today. Luka with a fadeaway, no good.
Now, just a
And
reminder,
then
we
this
go to
series, the
5
Nuggets
in the
Rockets,
first round, and then 5 in the semis, and then 7 in the conference
Kawhi Leonard,
finals,
another
and
three,
7 in
no
the
good. Marcus
finals.
Morris board.
So there is a lot more room for upsets with the 5-game series platform.
Pretty low scoring
Porzingis,
game here to
ooh,
start. Oh, Porzingis, I say that Porzingis, a step back, deep deuce.
right at the end of the shot clock
That's the
there, and that's a
game.
clutch shot there for Porzingis.
That's the game at 2. Yeah, Porzingis, that's one of his big things. If he can get his jumper going, he's in pretty good shape. Kawhi with the turnaround fadeaway knocks it down.
Now that seems like that's going to be a mismatch all series. Tim Hardaway Jr., not really known as a elite defender or anything, more of an average, maybe even below average at times, but he's going to be guarding a star like Kawhi Leonard. That's going to be rough on those fadeaway jumpers.
Yeah,
On the other
he
hand, you
just
have a
has to do his end
star
of,
on defense with Patrick Beverly guarding Luka
yeah.
Doncic.
Yeah. I mean, I think Luka will get the better of Pat Bev most times. Oh,
Oh,
Porzingis blocks off the backboard. But with Tim Hardaway's just got to score the ball. They know he's going to give up. Oh, Luka, wide open three, no good.
wow, how did
Curry,
Seth
offensive
Curry get
board.
that one?
Wow.
Let's see how Kawhi reacts to the slow offensive start so far by both
Mid-range
teams.
J.
Another
No,
miss.
Luka. Oh, Zubac with the board. Zubac
Is
and
that
one. No, can't get to go.
that could have been a rough second
Fouls.
foul called on Porzingis there.
Yes, they could have. They both kind of gave him a nice nudge. Zubac drains the first.
Now here's some of the key bench pieces coming in. Willie Cauley-Stein was acquired by the Warriors for the Mavs when they were worried Dwight Powell had experienced a devastating season-ending injury, but seems he's came back for the playoffs. But this will be a key bench piece for them. Jalen Brunson really stepped up when Luka has had some ankle issues this year in his absence, as well as Maximine Kleber. He could be a key three-point shooting center, stretch 5.
Oh, Montrezl Harrell with a big block there. Willie Cauley-Stein, though, with the board and putback.
Look at that start, 3 for 9 and 1 for 8. This is looking like more of a defensive showdown.
And remember that one make before that, Landry Shamet with a nice layup. Before that was that Kawhi Leonard mid-range little jumper turnaround.
That is true. As you said earlier, really the Mavs' only goal off the bench should be can they even out with the Clippers? And so far, they've done more than that.
Yeah. No, I mean that's like I said, Dallas. I don't think Dallas will ever blow out the Clippers unless they just shoot unbelievable. But if they keep it close, they're gonna they're in it to win it. Like they have players that are gonna make those shots down the stretch run to help put games away or come back.
Willie Cauley-Stein's really putting in good work so far against Montrezl Harrell, making at least an effort to get those offensive boards. Now here's the key
Yeah, that's
player
his
off the
length is good.
bench.
There's my Lou will miss it. Oh, see, that's a bad miss for Lou.
Let's see DeLon Wright, who actually did pretty well off the bench for Toronto in the past few years.
Yeah, good ball handler, smart, small. Kind of a Rajon Rondo, not as good though.
You know, always his
And
advantage has
Rondo's
been
fine.
he's an oversized guard at around 6'5". He's really got the length where he easy steals or even blocks sometimes when guarding other guards.
Let's see. Oh, it could get a 5-second call here. Nope, get into Shaman in the corner. Michael Green. Oh, Reggie Jackson also acquired recently at the trade deadline from Detroit. Or he got waived. Detroit waived him. They
Yeah.
bought him out and waived him, and he signed with the Clippers over the Lakers.
You know, that was another questionable move by Detroit there. As you remember, Reggie Jackson wanted to be a star somewhere else and got traded from OKC because he was sick of being the sixth or seventh man on OKC. And then he signed that 4 years, $80 million deal with Detroit, and look how that's turned out. He's been injured both years that he was there. Otherwise, he really only had one good year. That's how the quarter is going to end, as Dallas is up 10-8 after one.
It's tough. You look at that OKC team, and you had all those guys wanted to be stars, and obviously most of them turned out to be stars, and James Harden and Durant and Westbrook. But they didn't give Harden a max. They Serge Ibaka in his prime too, like young Serge Ibaka wanted to be a star, trade to Orlando. I mean, they got put in tough spots. A nice lob there. Willie Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Now this is another player who's been on the Mavericks for a long time in J.J. Barea. He's experienced many of their ups and lows, even from the Dirk Nowitzki era.
Well, I'd like you to call him Juan Jose. That is his real name, changed to JJ. But yes, I mean, he's since Nowitzki days. Yeah, he played with him. He won that ring in 11 when they beat Miami.
Wow,
Lou
Lou
Williams free
Williams.
throw. The Clippers are ice cold right now. They cannot buy a bucket. I mean, and if I'm Dallas here, I'm okay winning the game up 3, but they should feel like they should be up more with how poorly the Clippers bench has played and their starters. A nice move there. Was that JJ Barea? I believe it was.
Wow, the fans here are actually getting kind of restless. We're starting to hear boos from the crowd. Surprising this early.
Yeah, they're yelling at Doc Rivers, telling him to get one of the superstars in, whether it be Reggie Jackson, a deep jumper there. Yep, and as I say that, here comes Kawhi. I was about to say he needs to get one of his superstars back in.
Well, that's kind of
Keep him in this
surprising
game.
with how much Kawhi is rested. They've been saying this was fully designed for the playoffs. Wow. Poor foul there, and that's his second foul off the bench for Montrezl Harrell.
Well, and knock on wood, but if this NBA season restarts, Kawhi Leonard's going to be fully rested up now. So we'll see what he can do.
Patrick Beverly seems to be back in as well.
Oh, Kawhi, tough
Wow.
jumper. Wow, got it to go. How about that?
That could be the momentum push the Clippers need here to
Get over this hump in the second quarter. They're struggling. Paul George back in as well. Luka, nice. That's just a nice move.
Yeah, if you're Montrezl Harrell, you at least got a hand up there, and you can't do much else about that when he's fading away on the layup.
No. Pat Bev, a deep jumper, questionable shot for Pat Bev. More of a driver, maybe a wide open 3. That's about all you can get.
How do you think Paul George has performed after his big third place in the MVP voting last year, now being traded to the Clippers? He may have had that injury during the earlier parts of the year, but he's came back. How do you think he's done so far in the Clippers uniform?
I think the injuries, caused some harm, but I think what we saw, and he misses a jumper there. But what we saw last year on Oklahoma City, I mean, he took over as the number 1 option, hitting threes and doing all that. So really, you have 2 sensational threats on offense between Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So you can't go much wrong like on that. And even if one of them's having a poor shooting day, the other one will pick it up. Is how about this? Luka Doncic putting in buckets right now.
That was a tough fadeaway mid-range, but it seems he handled that one. Oh, a foul. That would be Porzingis'
Ooh.
second foul. All right, now as we're taking some free throws here, we have our sideline reporter, R. Hayes. R.
Thanks,
Hayes.
Big Jake. Before the series started, I should say, I got a chance to speak with Kristaps Porzingis about his pending sexual assault case back in New York, and he only had one comment to say. He thinks he's 100% innocent. Back to you, Big Jake.
Thank you. And that was a huge report coming in as Kristaps Porzingis didn't. He's had allegations like this before when he was in New York, and even before that. Oh, and one for Kawhi. But this was a huge
That's all you
report
talked about
worrying
forward.
Dallas Mavericks, and they were worried as they signed him to a 5-year contract if this was going to be looming over his head.
Well, obviously, R. Hayes brought up an old topic with him, so obviously he wanted to keep it short, and that's why he responded with one word. But, interesting time of the year to be asking about that. But I guess anything to get your mind off the game is
Oh,
Luka takes it to the hoop and throws down a nice slam jam.
Luka's really taking over early so far.
Good foul the waist, down under 2 minutes. See Pat Bev get the ball out of your hand. Too much dribbling. Now you're down almost down to 10 seconds, and you're putting somebody in a bad spot.
Ooh,
Unless you get
Seth
Paul George
Curry
here
on
at the 3.
Paul George.
No,
He's got
no,
a score
3
here.
seconds.
Whoa, goes right
Oh,
through
nice
him.
move. Nice move by Paul George.
Clippers need to keep this game close by halftime. It'd be a pretty confident going into the second half as they've not shot well. Porzingis lets it
Porzingis
fly.
at 3.
Ooh.
No good. Paul George boards it. That's another thing. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard just great rebounders. Tough shot by Marcus Morris. Puts it in.
Wow, Clippers shooting 37%, yet they are only down 2 in this game.
Pat Bev behind Brunson on this. Questionable. Putting.
Whoa,
Zubac through.
Zubac.
Oh, with a major block.
Uh-oh,
Kawhi
we might
Leonard
see
on the
something
break,
come out.
and that's a
Oh!
slam. That's a slam. One-handed. Put it down. Kawhi Leonard. Slam. Jam.
As we come down under a minute here, Mavs are trying to look for a shot off the screen. Porzingis for 3. Oh, wow, and 1 through the contact. Rare foul by Kawhi there. You'd really like to see Lou Williams step in here. It's Kawhi Leonard. Oh, here we go, Lou Williams, and he makes that floater. He really
there we
needed
go,
that one.
Lou.
Here we go. Last seconds in the second quarter. So we're coming into halftime very soon. Shot clock does not have enough time, it seems, for the Clippers to get up another shot. Oh, Seth Curry actually takes a fadeaway.
Whoa, wait. Oh, off the
He could
mark.
have easily taken
And the
that
Clippers-
off the dribble, but decides to fade away.
Well, if you're the Mavs, you're not down at half, and if the Clippers, you say, wow, we played that poorly, and we're only down 1, like, we can win this game.
Great point there. So here we are looking at our halftime stats. We'll shortly see them appear on the screen. 48% for the Mavs on 27 points. Well, the Clippers are shooting 43% actually on 26 points. They were looking pretty low, and actually towards the end of the second quarter they started to rise. 6 assists for the Clippers is not too bad.
As you see, folks, Kawhi Leonard does not have 11 assists. We had a glitch in our screen. Shout out to our man Jerry who just messed that up, but it's all good. We love you, Jerry.
Yeah, we actually do apologize. The assist glitch will continue throughout the playoffs as Jerry and our friends at 2K Sports have not fixed this one for over a month.
Yeah. That's brutal.
And now we have the Clippers dunk team coming out of halftime. All right, here we
that
go.
guy just missed that dunk.
Yeah, All right, Dallas starts with the ball up one, 27-26. Wow, we've seen some misses out of people who are usually making, Paul George, nope.
Nope. Not what you like to see right now. You need one or Kawhi or Paul George to take over here in this third quarter. Mavs running the offense
Oh, we're
low on
sending it to
time. They
Luka in
got
the
Luka down low.
post.
Oh, a turnaround fade. Tough
Wow, if
shot.
he
No
made
good.
that one, that would have been an unbelievable shot.
Oh, kicks to the corner. Kawhi wide open. Got that one. Got a three.
And they
Kawhi.
finally have the lead back. This could be a key stretch here for the Clippers. We've really seen middle of the third quarter has been huge for runs in all three of our games tonight. We'll see if this one ends up happening for the fourth. Luka wide open. Wow, what
And
an
he hits it.
answer.
He knocks it down too. Young kid comes right after the claw.
Luka has 11 points currently. We'll see if he can continue to rise on that total. Oh, another steal.
Turnover. Paul George. Luke up ahead. Pat Bev on him.
Wow,
Stops
great
on a
defense
dot.
by
Can't.
Patrick
Wow.
Beverly.
And another board for Paul George as he brings it down the court. Up ahead to Leonard. Leonard with Porzingis on him. Step back. Jay doesn't get that one. Porzingis with the board. Tim Hardaway trying to put the moves on Kawhi Leonard. Paul
Luka
George.
going for a step
Oh,
back.
Luka step back. Doesn't get that one. Zubac with the board. Oh, up ahead to Pat Bev. Oh, a nice lay-in. Luka jumps a little bit too late. Clippers up one.
Luka lets another one fly. Oh, spins
Oh,
out.
in and out. Rattles out. Paul George brings it up. He pulls the trigger on a three. He
Wow.
got it.
That
he
is
got it.
Wait a second.
Oh,
I think we're calling that a two.
D2.
That one will not be going to review, and it is confirmed a two-pointer.
That's a questionable, non-reviewable play, but that's
Oh,
tough.
we got a mismatch here. Porzingis has Beverly. Wow, he takes a
tough
very
shot.
deep
He doesn't get it.
finger
Zubac
roll.
another board. Paul George
Whoa,
driving in.
oh.
Got it back. Oh my, Paul George. Oh, and he's calling for a foul.
Did not look happy on the refs there. Luckily, he did not get a technical foul. Another three for
Luka.
Luka.
Another three wide
Wow.
open. Oh, Rattles out again.
He's actually 1 for 5 in this quarter. It's looking pretty rough
Paul
for him.
George brings it down.
And
one.
Morris.
Foul and one.
This is the big third quarter the Clippers were hoping for. And wow, they are showing up. And now we have the benches coming in. This could be a big run to end this game if the Mavs cannot answer.
He hits the free throw. Clippers up 8.
Wow, another steal.
Stolen.
Hardaway is still hanging on the rim back there. Oh, no look pass. Oh, it's a 10-point
and he still
lead.
goes in. Morris has hit the last 2. He hit the last 5 for the Clippers. Timeout Mavs. They're down 10.
Rick Carlisle is not happy with his defense out of the half.
11 in the quarter. They're down.
You know, sadly to say, we know Luka's upcoming star, but he's had a really rough quarter this one. 1 for 5 shooting, including on many wide open threes.
Well, he hit that first 3 and didn't make one sense. And no, there's a nice start for the bench for Dallas. Try to cut into this lead. If they can cut into this lead in any way, the Mavs are still in this.
Wow, and look
This
at the
is
Clippers'
the-
percentage. It's
the
gone up
Clippers
9%.
The Clippers bench needs to say, put a dagger in this game. Reggie Jackson is not the man who should be. It's yes. Thank you. Montrezl Harrell down low. Give it to the big man. Now he put himself in a questionable spot. Back up to Reggie Jackson. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
He's going
Oh,
to take
whoa,
this
whoa, a
three.
pushing.
Will he make it?
Calm down.
Oh, rolls out.
Oh, there was some shoving going on at the top of the key right there.
Could have been a potential illegal
JJ
screen.
Barea,
Max Kleber.
Cleaver got it. Dallas bench. Cutting in the lead a little bit more.
If you're a Clippers fan, you do not want to see the Mavs bench even think about cutting into this lead. That would be rough. Reggie Jackson's just holding out on passes here.
The ball needs to get into Lou Will's hands.
Lou Will has just
Reggie
been sitting in
Jackson
the
is.
corner the whole
Oh,
possession.
nice pass to Montrezl Harrell.
Wow, missed
And
free
he misses
throw.
the free throw.
He's got to at least go 1 for 2 on this trip. Oh
And
my,
he
he goes
doesn't.
0 for 2. That's a rough one. Mavs could easily look at a comeback. Wow, Brunson. What a
Oh,
pass
ahead
to Willie
Stein, and it's
Cauley-Stein.
a 6-0 run
Look at Willie
for the
Cauley-Stein off the
Mavs.
bench in this one. 3 for 3. Plus or minus is plus 10. Looking great off the bench. Oh,
And
Montrezl
Harrell misses
Harrell.
the slam. The
Wow.
tip slam.
Willie Cauley-Stein
Mavs. A
really
chance to
dominated
cut to
off the
3.
bench. DeLon Wright for 3. Misses.
Oh, rolls out. Off the back iron. Reggie Jackson driving in.
Questionable
Turnaround
shot,
fadeaway.
and he
Tough
misses. Willie
shot.
Cauley-Stein, another rebound.
And
That is
Reggie
his 7th
Jackson is
rebound of the game
single-handedly
already.
blowing this game.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
Brunson 3. Cut it to 1. No. Sham at the board. Jamming up to Jackson again. A tough shot.
Wow,
But
he
got it to
actually makes
go.
that one. Reggie Jackson's been cold most of the quarter, but he takes a fadeaway instead of driving in and still makes a shot.
0.4 differential in the clocks.
We'll see who they put in the hands of to end this quarter.
Almost stolen.
Well,
Almost stolen. 3.9
We're looking at
left.
that. It is going to be Mavs ball. Wait, Luka came back in
Luka,
for
pull
this
up
one.
Jay.
Wow. Smart move by Rick
So
Carlisle
Kawhi.
there to put him in for
And
shot
he brought
below
in,
5 seconds.
and Doc Rivers brought in Kawhi.
Good move. That was a huge quarter for the Clippers, and we'll see if they can hold on with a 6-point lead. It's really going to be up to the Mavs starters from here on out.
Well, yeah, we'll see, and we'll see if how long. Kawhi's already back in. It'll be interesting to see how long if he brings in Paul George for Kawhi later in this quarter.
Or we may even see Paul George come in and allow Kawhi to play most of the fourth quarter with how well rested he's been. And that is a great
Kawhi
start
Leonard.
off of that pick and roll.
Drives in, hangs on the rim, two-handed slam jam. Kawhi Leonard.
Luka coming off that rough second quarter. We'll see if he could step up in this one. Wow, DeLon Wright nails that
DeLon
tough
Wright
three-pointer
with
in
a
the corner.
How about that? DeLon Wright comes back.
They've had the ball in Reggie Jackson's hands a lot in the past quarter and a half. But it's going to go to Kawhi for a
Kawhi
post
down
move.
low with on DeLon
Wow,
Wright.
what a shot.
Good
That's the
night.
classic Kawhi fadeaway right there.
Kawhi Leonard with 18 in the game. Luka, nice move. Almost loses it. Out to DeLon Wright. Pump fakes a pass. Gets it to Luka back in the corner. He backs down Reggie Jackson. Turnaround fadeaway. Got it. What a shot.
The lead is cut down to 5. Luka's taken
Luka
17
6 for
shots.
17.
17 shots tonight.
I wonder how many of those are threes. Was that 4 or 5?
Most likely.
Oh, they pulled Luka. Nope, put him in
Nope.
starting point guard.
Paul
Porzingis
George is
back
back
in.
in the game.
Okay, all stars are back in
Double
except
teaming
for
Kawhi.
Zubac.
Patrick Beverly for
Out to
3.
Paul. Patrick Beverly. That's a tough one. Mavs, good defense. We'll see if they turn it into good offense on this possession.
Blocked by
Tim Hardaway
Patrick
blocked.
Beverly.
Patrick Beverly, what a play. The defensive specialist. Paul George waiting for a
Yeah, I was
screen.
about to
Illegal
say, it looked
screen.
like it.
Montrezl Harrell, questionable. late screen.
Looked like he really laid out the shoulder there on Seth Curry.
And Dallas again, you come back. Okay, they gave you the ball.
Wow.
And he turns
Dallas
it over.
has
Luka
blown
turns
almost
it over.
every
Patrick
opportunity in this
Beverly
one.
lays it in. Wow. The Clippers handed them back-to-back opportunities after a turnover, bad missed shot, and you don't answer and you give up. You take a bad shot and you take a turnover and you let them score off of that. Can't happen. You see Seth Curry driving in the paint with the ball down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. Paul George all over him. Tough deep two.
Wow,
No,
Clippers
Zubac
defense
board.
has really been stepping up in this fourth quarter. If Dallas wants to make a good comeback on this game, they're going to need score, stop, score
Kawhi,
situations here.
Tough step back by Kawhi. No good.
That looked
And he tips it out of
awfully
bounds.
close to Kawhi hitting that off Hardaway shoe, but it's still going to remain Dallas's ball. Got to put in, you got to put in Porzingis' hands or Luka's here.
Oh, drives baseline. Oh, foul. Zubac fouls him.
He actually gets the foul call on that one. Could have been a questionable shot.
It's his first free throw. Good free throw shooter.
And he misses the second one. Wow,
Paul
George just blows by him.
Oh, and stuffs it home. Stuff it home.
Can I get GG's in the chat?
Sideline reporter R. Hayes is calling this one a GG. We'll see about that if Dallas has a little run in them.
Seth Curry up top. Porzingis looking for it. Oh, they get it back to Luka at the top of the key. Beverly all on him.
Gets through the screen. Ooh. He might have to take a little fadeaway
3 seconds on
here.
the shot clock. He does. Fades away. Top of the key. Got it.
And he drains that one. Mavs just will not go away. It's been about a 4 to 8 point deficit for the Mavs most of the third and fourth quarter. Another double team. And that does affect Kawhi on back-to-back fadeaways. He's missed both. Seth Curry coming off the screen. Nope. We have Luka again. Wow, tough miss there on a mid-range.
And here comes Pat Bev.
Mid-range.
Kawhi Leonard. Open jumper.
Easy shot for him.
8-point lead with 1:40 left.
You're going to need to see the Mavs go for quick layups, or otherwise they're going to have to take some threes very soon.
Oh, Luka mid-range.
Wow,
Jay.
another missed mid-range. He's been the center of their offense, but he hasn't had the best game.
Wide driving right-handed fouled.
You'd rather not see the clock stop here if you're the Clippers, but if it's to go up by 10, I think it's well worth it. Kawhi has put up 22 points on this one.
Kawhi hits them both, and that was Kawhi Leonard just trying to put the dagger in Dallas. And he got fouled, and then he made him pay for it. Dallas down 10 with 1:21 left.
And our player of the game, as we were just speaking about him, Kawhi Leonard with a 22-point performance. He had some issues to start the game besides a quick mid-range, but he's really come alive in the second half as he's made some huge dunks and huge fadeaways.
Dallas, now you gotta take a layup or three. It's one or the other.
Wow, and Paul George swats that layup
Paul
away.
George.
Clippers really trying to prove something tonight as they'll be the first home team to actually win a game tonight and the first non-upset of the night.
Dallas wasting a lot of time. Seth Curry, tough shot, no good. Not what you wanted for Dallas. Oh,
Kawhi another mid-range. Wow.
Book it at this point. 24 tonight for Kawhi. Luka drives.
Wow,
Luka blocked.
Zubac.
And here comes Leonard again. Leonard, oh, misses a layup. Dallas just trying to fight for a bucket here, down 12. Luka now backs it out. Wasting too much clock.
Wow,
Oh,
Patrick
Pat Bev
Beverly's about to
steals
put
it
a
from him
statement on this one.
and lays it in left-handed.
Wow,
14-point lead, 22 seconds left, and this one is over.
if you're looking at the box score and the score, you're probably not going to think this was a 14-point deficit. We'll see if they could cut it down, but wow, and he drains that
Luka hits
fadeaway.
a nice step-back three.
But this has seemed like a 2 to 7-point game almost all the way. Just the Mavs can never get through after that huge third quarter 8-0 run or 11-0 run by the Clippers. And that is our final
11-point win for the Clippers at home in Game 1.
All right, our final from LA will be 58 to 47 as the Clippers hold on to their home court. As we have our post-game show, I'd like to take a look at the box score. We look at the Clippers side, and obviously the star came out to play as Kawhi Leonard continues his dominance from last year's playoffs, scoring 24 points. Even Marcus Morris was a huge part of that third quarter run. And Paul George, yes, he only had 8 points in this one, but he really showed up when he needed to.
And he only shot 4 for 6. I mean, if Paul George is going to take that little shots, but he's going to make that much, you got to take that.
All right, as we
let's
go over
to
the
Dallas,
Mavericks.
yeah.
All right, Luka, yes, he may have had 18 points, but he shot 8 of 22 this game. Not too bad, normal game, but really no one else showed up around him, so he's forced to take a lot of mid-range shots. What do you think about the game, big game?
Well, I think you just saw one tough run there in the third quarter for Dallas, and that got them down deep, and they could just never claw their way back to stick within range. And then they had an opportunity in that fourth quarter with a turnover and a bad missed Patrick Beverly three, and they took a terrible shot, and then they had a turnover, and the Clippers were able to extend the lead from 4, and from then on they just couldn't claw back. And in the rest of the series, they got to stay close like they did in the first half. But you can't allow a run like that in the third quarter to cost you a game.
Wow, and if we're going to look at the starters as well, Luka, yes, he scored 18 and the most. He had minus 16 plus minus. Dwight Powell, minus 20. Seth Curry, minus 19. Porzingis, that you can't have that from your number 2 on the team. Only 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 for 4 shooting. The starting lineup was actually the issue on this one. You got to have the bench showed up on this one with Willie Cauley-Stein and DeLon Wright and even Jalen Brunson at times.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Well, that's all from LA, folks. And we will be having tomorrow's games. We'll give a quick rundown of them. Tomorrow, we'll be starting at 8 p.m. from Denver as the Nuggets 3 seed play the Houston Rockets 6 seed. Game number 2 of the night will be the Miami Heat playing the Pacers in Miami at 8:45. Game 3 of the night, and everyone's been waiting for, the Los Angeles Lakers will be playing in LA against the Portland Trailblazers at 9:30. And then the Bucks and Magic will be playing at 10:15. As we'll finally get to see the 2 favorites in this bracket between the 1 seed Lakers and 1 seed Bucks. All right, that's all for the bracket for night. We will see you tomorrow, and have a great night.